moss or floating plants. As the island spins in the current, it bumps against the edges of the lake, shaping both the lake and itself into circles. There's a whole circle of the lake, and there's the island inside. Really cool. Here's the equator, or is it in Quito, Ecuador? Just north of Quito, the capital of Ecuador, you can stand on the equator, the imaginary line that runs all the way around the widest part of the planet, dividing the northern and southern hemispheres. At the mitad del mundo, or middle of the world, there's a yellow equator line painted on the ground, leading up to a towering monument. Here, tourists can stand with their feet on either side of it for photos. There's just one problem. They put the line in the wrong place. Modern satellite measurements reveal that the equator is 328 to 492 feet farther north. The nearby ancient ruins of Kantekia, built 1,200 years ago by native peoples, sits exactly on the equator. That's pretty cool. Here's the Caño Cristales in Meta, Colombia, in a remote region of the Serranía de la Macarena, a mountain range in Colombia. An hour's trek into the wilderness, there's a rainbow-colored river that only appears for a few months each year, sometimes between June and December. The Caño Cristales, meaning crystal channel, has a variety of vibrant colors, especially a bright pinkish red. That might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, or perhaps the result of a worrying pollution problem, but it's actually neither. It's completely natural. When the combination of the water level and the warm sunshine is just right, a river weed that grows in the water blooms bright red. Along with the yellow sand, green mossy rocks, turquoise water, and dark river depths, it creates a breathtaking display known to locals as the liquid rainbow. Very, very pretty. And down here is the Heladeria Coromoto in Merida, Venezuela. Would you like to try beef or garlic ice cream? You can taste these and a whole lot more at Heladeria Coromoto, a world-famous and extremely weird ice cream parlor in Venezuela. Ice cream maker Manuel da Silva Oliveira started the store after perfecting his skills in other ice cream companies. He began with normal flavors like vanilla and chocolate, but wanted to create something different. After inventing a recipe for avocado ice cream, he caught the bug for creating even wackier flavors. On any particular day, you can choose from around 60 different types of ice cream, but Oliveira has created 860 of them altogether. Some of them are based on popular Venezuelan foods, such as pabellon criollo, or Greek beef with rice and black beans, mushrooms, chili, and hot dog flavors. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. That's a little strange. Could it be magic? We have the Bichacue Yacht in Cali, Colombia. This magical nature garden called Bichacue Yacht lies just outside the city of Cali, Colombia. Visitors come to enjoy some peace and quiet, see the beautiful flowers, recycled from old buildings, resembles a set from a medieval fantasy movie, and no one actually lives there. The whole village is the work of Antonio Campana, a wealthy businessman who owned a chain of supermarkets. In 1976, he was told he had only 5 years to live, so he quit his job, bought some land, and started creating his dream village using reclaimed materials. His wacky designs include curly chimneys, cobbled streets, castle towers, secret alleyways, and spiral staircases that lead nowhere. Houses are decorated with coins, old typewriters, and metal flowers. Around the village there are lakes with wooden bridges and a forest full of fairy cottages. As for Campana, he beat his illness and lived another 24 years. Awesome. That would be so fun to explore. Look at these guys. So funny. This is the Alacitas Festival in La Paz, Bolivia. Every January in La Paz, the capital of Bolivia, you can buy everything your heart desires for just a few pennies. Why so cheap? Because the items are tiny. At the month-long festival of Alacitas, the market squares are filled with stalls selling miniature versions of everything from washing machines, cameras, computers, and clothes to cars, boats, and even whole houses. People buy themselves or each other mini versions of whatever they wish for. Then they take their purchases home and hang them on a little statue of a gecko, a traditional local god of good fortune and happiness in the home, in the hope that he'll grant them their wish in the coming year. So you can even buy a university diploma. That's so cool. Like, it reminds me of like mini brands, right? But like better because yeah. So I don't think I could get this whole thing in the shot, but I want you to see the pink fairy armadillo. It's not really a fairy, but the pink fairy armadillo is a rare magical sight in the sandy deserts of Argentina. It's hard to spot one, as they mostly stay under the sand and only come out at night. They're also tiny. Some armadillos can grow to 5 feet long, but the pink fairy variety only measures between 5 and 6 inches. It's 13 to 16 centimeters. That's so small. Under its soft pinkish shell, it's covered in fluffy white fur with a cute snout, tiny eyes, and big claws for digging in the sand. It can also disappear like magic, burrowing under the ground in seconds. Now let me check, because I just remembered that, okay, it's not this page. I just remembered that there's a picture of like gigantic spiders. Okay, it's coming up toward the end, so I'll warn you once it happens, okay? Because you know it's South America, so there's giant spiders in the Amazon, right? First, we're gonna look at some weird wonders. We have Salar de Uyuni in Uyuni, Bolivia. Can you figure out what's happening in this photo? At first glance, this person seems to be riding their bike in the sky, or perhaps cycling on water. In fact, they are crossing the breathtaking Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia. It's the world's biggest salt flat, a vast, white, almost totally flat expanse of salt, 80 miles wide, left behind after an ancient lake dried up. In the rainy season from January to April, it's covered in a shallow layer of still water, transforming it into the biggest mirror anywhere on Earth. So neat, Eventually, the original hotel was closed due to sanitation issues, but a new one was built 15 miles away. Pretty cool. Stay at a salt hotel. This is like a bucket list place for me. The supersized swimming pool in Algarrobo, Chile. I love swimming. I love swimming pools. I love swimming in the ocean. This is like my dream paradise. Stay at Chile's luxurious San Alfonso de Mar resort, and you can take a dip in its stunning swimming pool, one of the biggest in the world, surrounded by hotel buildings on one side and the Pacific Ocean on the other. The artificial 3,323-foot-long lagoon stretches along the seafront. You can swim in various parts of it, but other areas are set aside for water skiers, kayaks, and even small yachts. Why build such a big pool right next to the sea? It's because the ocean here, though beautiful, is pretty cold with dangerous currents, so you shouldn't actually swim in it. That's okay, I'd be busy swimming in this. That looks so neat. Here is I want to get as much in the shot as possible. It's so pretty. Montaña Mágica Lodge in Neltume, Chile. Imagine staying inside a miniature magic mountain covered in covered in rainforest plants with a real waterfall cascading past your window. Head to the Montaña Mágica Lodge in Chile, and you can. Although it looks like something conjured up by a wizard, the lodge is actually a building made of stone and wood, not a real mountain. It's in a nature reserve surrounded by rainforest, where you can spot amazing wild animals, such as the 13-inch tall pudu, the world's smallest deer, as well as birds, butterflies, condors, and cougars. To get into the lodge, you have to cross a rope bridge from a treetop walkway. Look at that. That I would like to visit. This not so much. Let's look at by the numbers. It's the Amazon River. The mighty Amazon River flows almost all the way across South America through Ecuador, Colombia, Peru, and Brazil, surrounded by the huge Amazon rainforest. Though it's not the world's longest river, it is the widest, not to mention the wildest. Its length is 4,000 miles. It has 2,257 species of fish. The maximum width is 25 miles in the rainy season. The amount of water flowing into the sea per second is 7,740,000 cubic feet. And number of bridges across the entire width, 0. Awesome. Now this looks terrifying. The swing at the end of the world in Baños, Ecuador. Hold on tight. The famous swing at the end of the world doesn't look all that special at first glance, but it swings out over the edge of a steep mountain cliff. Thrill-seeking tourists line up to take a turn on the swing and fly out into the emptiness over the valley far below. The swing is attached to a treehouse, which is used as a monitoring station to check on a nearby active volcano, Mount Tungurahua. A man who worked there made the swing for his own family to use, but photos of people dangling out over the abyss spread around the world and put the swing on the map. Pretty neat. Dry as bone. We're looking at where rain never falls in the world's driest desert. If you're going for a trek in the Atacama Desert, don't forget a water bottle. This beautiful mountainous desert in northern Chile is the world's driest museums in Arica on Chile's coast, where most of them were discovered. Pretty neat. And here's the Manon del Desierto in Antofagasta, Chile. Close to the Pan American Highway, which stretches from Tierra del Fuego all the way to Alaska, there's a ginormous hand reaching up out of the ground. It's the Mano del Desierto, or Hand of the Desert, a 36-foot tall sculpture located outside of Antofagasta, Chile. It's a breathtaking sight for those who stop to take a look up close. Though it's built from iron and concrete, it resembles the desert rocks, making it seem to be a living part of the Atacama itself. It's the handiwork, handiwork of Chilean sculptor Mario Irarrázaval. And weirdly cute, we have the Vizcacha, looking sweet bunny ears. What is this chilled out, chubby, yet slightly grumpy looking creature? It appears to be a cross between a rabbit and a squirrel, with its big ears and long, bushy tail. It's actually a vizcacha, a cat-sized animal often spotted in the less dry parts of the Atacama, where there are a few desert plants to eat. Vizcachas make their homes under and in between desert rocks. During the day, they relax on top of the rocks to catch some rays. At night, when the desert temperature can drop to almost freezing, their thick fur keeps them warm. So sweet. Okay. Alright, the next page is the one with the spiders, not this one. I will warn you beforehand. Let's look at some places that are hair-raising. Here's the Catatumbo lightning on Lake Maracaibo in Venezuela. If you like watching lightning storms like me, you'll love Lake Maracaibo. The area where the Catatumbo River flows into the lake close to Venezuela's Caribbean coast is known for having more lightning than anywhere else in the world. Weather experts think it's caused by warm, wet air rising from the tropical lake, mixing with the cold winds from the mountains. Thunderclouds form there almost every day, and on more than half the nights of the year, the lake is lit up by almost constant lightning flashes. In fact, there are thought to be more than 1 million lightning bolts per year. Now, I like lightning, but I don't know if I would like that much lightning. Look at this guy. It's the troll doll bug from Suriname. That's crazy looking. This bizarre bug is a baby plant hopper from the rainforests of Suriname. When it was first discovered, scientists thought it looked like a troll doll with its big sticking up mass of hair. However, this bug's bouffant actually sticks out of its butt instead of its head. The hair is made of strands of wax extruded out of the bug's back end, similar to how spiders spin their silk. It acts as a distraction to predators and might put them off gobbling up the tiny bug, which is only about 1/4 inch long. It's wild. But look at this wise old man here. The Emperor Tamarin in Peru, Bolivia, and Brazil. From hair-raisingly scary to just hairy. The Emperor Tamarin, a monkey from the Amazon region, is the proud owner of the most fabulous mustache in the animal kingdom. It's white, silky, perfectly pointed, and wider than the tamarin's own head. Both males and females have mustaches, which they probably use to help them spot other emperor tamarins in the jungle. This species was named after the German Emperor Wilhelm II, who was also famous for his large mustache, although even his wasn't this impressive. Funny. And here is the Yungas Road in Bolivia. It's not a very good picture of the road, but this is like a massive drop, right? The mountains of Bolivia are home to one of the most hair-raisingly scary roads on the planet. In some parts, the famously deadly sensitive to big ol' spiders. Here we go. I don't mind pictures of spiders, but when I was little, I did. And I would be grossed out if I saw the real thing, even though they're beautiful creatures. But this is the Goliath bird eater. When you hear that an animal has the name bird eater, you might imagine a snake, crocodile, or wild cat. But the Goliath bird eater is none of these. It's actually the world's biggest, heaviest spider. It can grow to the size of a dinner plate. And with its powerful legs and large fangs, it really does sometimes catch birds to drag back to its burrow for its next meal. More often, though, it preys on insects, worms, frogs, lizards, and mice. Gross. But interesting, I think. Here's the peanut head bug. The name says it all. Look at it. This large Amazon rainforest bug has a head that looks like a giant unshelled peanut. However, scientists think it frightens predators away because to them it resembles a lizard's head. Oh, I see it. That's cool. On a moth. That's so cool. This makes the bug look like a bigger and more dangerous animal than it really is. If that doesn't work, it spreads its wings, revealing an even bigger decoy, a set of scary fake eyes. So cool. Look at this, it looks like a Bonsley. The Brazilian tree hopper. No one is sure why this tiny tree-dwelling bug has what looks like a set of weird, lumpy helicopter rotors sticking out of its back. Maybe they put off predators by making the bug look painful to eat. Another theory is that they mimic a type of killer fungus that sometimes takes over insects' bodies, making predators think the bug is already dead and would taste gross. That's what I was thinking of. Either way, they were no good for flying. The bug uses its wings for that. How crazy. Here's another weird spider, the decoy spider. This sneaky spider, discovered in a remote part of Peru, has a genius way of scaring off its enemies. The arachnid is tiny, only about 0.2 inches long, and is in danger of being eaten by other spiders, large bugs, frogs, and lizards. So it uses dead flies, bits of leaf, and skin it has shed to build a much bigger fake spider in the middle of its web. By moving around on the web, it can even make its creation twitch and shake, so hungry predators will think it's alive and steer well clear. Very smart spider. Here's the panda ant. It's kind of cute for an ant, right? Is it an ant? Is it a tiny six-legged panda? No, the panda ant is neither of these things. It's actually a type of wasp. Oh, it's a wasp. Ew. From Chile and Argentina, which was given the name panda ant for obvious reasons. Look at him. Its black and white patterns, which only the female has, act as a warning to predators. The wasp also has a horribly painful sting, earning it another nickname, cow killer. Though the sting isn't actually bad enough to kill a cow. Phew, right? This is kind of like creepy, gross too, in like a fascinating way. The giant silkworm moth caterpillar. What's the most dangerous creature on this page? Maybe you think it's the giant bird-eating spider. Think again. The creature you should really steer clear of is this silkworm moth caterpillar, found in several South American countries. I just realized, like, silkworm moth caterpillar. Like, is it a silkworm? Is it a moth? Is it a caterpillar? Wild. Where was I? Found in several South American countries. Its delicate bristles make it look strangely beautiful, but it's a creepy, crawly killer. One touch of its stinging spines injects deadly venom that's strong enough to kill a human. Yeah, okay, so it's just creepy then. I don't like it. Alright. a swirling, spiraling walkway leading into the side. That's pretty cool. I like that. And here's the Planetario Galileo Galilei in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Here's another flying saucer. Or is it an actual alien planet or moon that's landed in the middle of Buenos Aires? In fact, this building does have something to do with outer space. It's the Galileo Galilei Planetarium, built in 1966 for Argentina's capital city. The inside of the dome is a screen where you can look up and watch movies about the stars and planets. The planetarium also has a space museum, whose exhibits include a piece of the moon brought back from the first moon landings in 1969. And the outside of the dome is covered in LEDs, which light up the dome at night. So cool. Even cooler are the Nazca lines in Nazca, Peru. In Peru's windless Nazca Desert, thousands of straight lines and geometric shapes form drawings of animals. A spider, you can see here, a monkey, a hummingbird, and many more. The Nazca people, who lived in the area around 2,000 years ago, made these drawings by removing the desert's top layer of pebbles to reveal paler soil underneath. The designs are huge. Some of the lines stretch up to 30 miles long. You can see them from nearby hills, but the best view is from the air. Archaeologists think the lines were probably made to mark religious sites or as messages to weather gods. Here's another weird wonder, the Yipao Jeep Parade in Quindío, Colombia. For Colombia's coffee farmers, a Willys Jeep is a prized possession. These Jeeps were used for military purposes during World War II, then sold off to other countries after the war. In Colombia, they were perfect for the steep mountain roads in the coffee-growing Quindío region. They're old now, but still working and being used to carry crops, farm equipment, and whatever else needs transporting. And every year, the locals pile their Jeeps as high as they can with stuff and drive them through the streets in the Yipao, meaning loaded up Jeep, parade. There are prizes for the most overloaded Jeeps and the most artistic arrangements of household items, local crafts, or farm crops. Popular items to stack on your vehicle include furniture, paintings, electrical goods, houseplants, pets, and children. Cool. Look at these. So many fruits even dangling off the bottom too. Awesome. Let's see where we're going next. We're going to look at some perplexing plants. Here's the Yareta plant in the Andes Mountains. Go trekking high in the Andes Mountains and you might see something that looks like a giant green booger stuck to the rocks. This strange alien-like blob is actually a Yareta, a tough mountain plant. It grows a thick mass of stems topped by thousands of tiny leaves and flowers that form a dense, solid mat. It may look soft and kind of slimy, but the Yareta is actually firm like wood. You can even sit down on one and it won't get squashed. Growing like this helps the Yareta to hold in water and warmth and stops it from getting blown away by the icy mountain winds. Yaretas grow very slowly and some are believed to be up to 3,000 years old. Wow. This is cool. It's the Floralis generica in Buenos Aires, Argentina. There's definitely something strange about this flower. It's made of metal. It's 75 feet tall, and each of its 6 huge stainless steel petals is 43 feet long. It's a flower the size of a 7-story apartment block. You can see it in the middle of the busy city of Buenos Aires, the capital of Argentina. In 2002, around sunset, it slowly closes its petals, and a red light glows from inside. In the morning at 8 a.m., it opens again for the day. That's the coolest art installation ever. Here's the shy plant in tropical South America. Can a plant be shy? The Mimosa pudica, also called the shy plant or touch-me-not plant, has an amazing ability. If you touch it or just brush past it, the leaves suddenly droop and fold up. This makes it harder for some animals, such as caterpillars, to eat them. Plants aren't known for their speedy moves, so how does the mimosa do this? It has special water-filled cells at the base of each leaf. Touching the leaf makes the cells empty out their water and become floppy like a deflated balloon, and the leaf collapses. But these plants are smart too. Scientists have tried playing harmless tricks on mimosas, like sprinkling them with water. At first they close up, but after the trick is repeated a few times, they learn that there's no danger and stop reacting. That's crazy. It's like a brain. And look at this. This is the Cajuero de Pirangi in Natal, Brazil. Look at all this. You're lost in a forest in Brazil, surrounded by thick, gnarly tree trunks with a leafy green canopy overhead. But don't panic. You're not in the middle of the jungle, miles from anywhere. You're in a park in the seaside village of Pirangi, and the forest you're in is actually just one single tree. It's the famous Cajuero de Pirangi, or cashew of Pirangi. Something went wrong with the tree as it grew, making its branches spread out sideways instead of growing into the sky. Where they touch the ground, many of the branches sprout roots, making them look like separate trunks. In this way, the curious cashew tree has managed to spread out over 2 acres of ground. Is that not wild? It's one tree. That's so cool. And here are some strange structures, if I can get it in frame. There we go. Here is Sacsayhuaman in Cusco, Peru. Take a close look at these walls. They were built around 600 years ago near the city of Cusco in Peru by the Inca people. They're made of solid stone blocks, some up to 28 feet high, and no mortar or cement. Instead, the blocks were all cut to fit together exactly. Although they are oddly shaped, they fit so perfectly that you can't even slide a piece of paper between them. They were also carved into rounded shapes, making them look a little like giant pieces of bubblegum that have been squished together. The Inca built 3 huge zigzagging walls like this to defend the hilltop fort of Sacsayhuaman. So amazing. Inca architecture is on a whole other level. Here's the plastic bottle house in Puerto Iguazu in Argentina. Thrown away plastic bottles are a big problem in many parts of the world, but there is an ingenious way to get rid of them. Turn them into houses. This house in Argentina has been built from thousands of plastic drinks bottles stacked up inside sturdy frames to make the walls. The homeowner has made sofas and beds from old bottles too. And there's even a curtain made of strung together bottle tops. This particular house is open to the public for tours, but many more bottle houses are being built as normal everyday dwellings. That's amazing. Why don't we have these everywhere in the world? That would save so much waste, right? That's so cool. This, I think, is my favorite bit in this whole chapter. Post Office Bay in the Galapagos Islands of Ecuador. At first glance, this jumble of wood doesn't look special, but it's actually a post office. Not only that, it's one of the oldest post offices in the world, and one of the strangest since no one works there. It's on a beach on one of Ecuador's remote Galapagos Islands. In in the 1700s, ships used to stop here to collect food and water, and the sailors decided to set up a postal system, installing a barrel as a post box. Check it out. So cool. Anyone could leave letters in it for their loved ones back home. At the same time, they'd pick up letters addressed to where they were headed and deliver them. And it still works. Tourists post letters in the barrel and collect any that they can take home to deliver. I love it. That's amazing. There should be more of those around the world. It's so cool. Now this I hate a lot. The Amazon Tall Tower Observatory in the Amazon rainforest in Brazil. This gives me anxiety. Like, this is the Amazon down here, and this is the tower. It makes my skin crawl. Anyway, want to take a trip up the tallest tower in South America? Then head to the jungle. Oh, and you'll have to be a scientist, a technician, or a visiting journalist to be allowed up. This skyscraping structure isn't a modern office building in a big city, but a special science research base deep in the Amazon rainforest. Named the Amazon Tall Tower Observatory, or ATTO, it was built in 2015 and rises 1,066 feet into the sky. Yet it's only 10 feet from side to side. It takes an hour to climb to the top. On the way up, there are platforms where scientists can work, as well as a deck right at the summit. The tower is also covered with high-tech sensors for measuring pollution, temperature, humidity, and climate change above the rainforest. I will never, ever in a million billion years go up that. Never, ever. Let's look at some kooky colors. Here's the colors of Guatapé in Colombia. Welcome to Guatapé, the world's most colorful town. Though it may resemble a dream world or a film set for a fantasy movie, this is a real place in Colombia where people live and work and spend a lot of time painting their houses. The tradition started around 100 years ago when people put 3D tiled and painted panels around the base of the buildings. Gradually, they began painting the rest of the buildings in bright colors too. And now every street is a rainbow of patterns and pictures, and the town has become a tourist attraction. The locals take great pride in their colorful homes and are often seen out on the streets cleaning and retouching their paintwork. Look how absolutely gorgeous. It's so colorful. I love it. And let's look at Peru's Potato Park. Peru's Potato Park. Peru's Potato Park in Cusco, Peru. Chips, fries, wedges, and mash. People all over the world love potatoes, yes. But did you know that potatoes originally come from South America? And they're not all the same brownish color you might be used to. In the Andes mountain region, there's the Potato Park, where Quechua people grow hundreds of different varieties, and scientists test the best types for different climates and areas. There you'll find strange-looking potatoes in countless shapes, knobby, banana-shaped, flat, and round, plus a range of colors from black and purple to blue, red, yellow, white, and bright pink. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And here's the weirdly cute blue anole. Bright blue little lizard guy. Could this be your only chance to see a blue anole, one of the world's rarest and bluest lizards? Oh, this could be. It's only found on a small island of Gorgona off the coast of Colombia, where it darts around in the forest catching insects to eat. Owing to deforestation and people capturing it for the exotic pet trade, the blue anole is critically endangered and at risk of dying out. But the island where it lives has now been made into a nature reserve, giving the little lizard a chance of survival. That's so good. Alright, I think this is the last page. Yes, this is the last page in the South America chapter, and it's totally wild facts about Amazonian animals watch its heart beating. So weird. The common basilisk lizard can escape from danger by spreading out its toes and running across water. Ooh, an electric eel. Electric eels can sap their prey and enemies with a powerful electric shock of up to 600 volts. Here's the huatzins. The chicken-size huatzin has a huge stomach where its food stays until it rots and ferments, making the huatzin famous for its terrible stinky smell. Funny birds. Kinkajous raid bees' nests for honey. So cute. And lastly, a female green anaconda can grow to 17 feet or 5 meters long and weigh as much as 3 adult humans. Crazy. And that is the end of our book for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Next week when we read this, we'll be going to Europe. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out.